Hello, I've just realised I haven't tested the CD player in the Caravan. I tried the radio and it didn't work, but then I didn't have the aerial up. I'm not bothered about the radio anyway. But the CD player works. Seems quite good. I'm listening to the New Seekers. I was never into the New Seekers. I vaguely remember my dad or mum having a New Seekers LP, but at that stage I was sort of getting into ABBA. I remember there's a few pop albums in the collection that my mum and dad had. I remember Rod Stewart, Atlantic Crossing, and some Leo Sayer, New Seekers. Oh, what else? Neil Diamond. And ABBA Arrival. That's what got me into ABBA as a wee boy. And obviously being a friend of Dorothy, if you're English or European and you're a friend of Dorothy of a certain age, you tend to like ABBA. I don't know what the trend is nowadays for the kids of today, but for us oldies, can't beat a bit of ABBA. But I've been really enjoying the New Seekers. I got into it because I just happened to hear a song randomly. I asked my Google Assistant to play some music, and a New Seekers song came up, and I thought, oh, that's nice. So I bought a CD. Anyway, enough of that. I'm in the Caravan for a reason. Let me turn that off. It's the penultimate day to our first trip, and I think basically it's going to end in bloodshed. To be quite frank, I'm telling you now, this might be used in evidence. This might be used in evidence against me in a court of law, but you know, I've got some very sharp knives. You might have seen when I did the Caravan, all the bits, you know, they're in a nice case and they've got covers on, but it wouldn't take much for me to just... Calm. If only I could drive, I'd be off on my own in this Caravan. So, unfortunately, no, I have to be driven about. Chauffeured, I like to say. Anyway, I'm in for the last day. I'm going to be doing all the bits inside, prepping the Caravan for our first ever trip. And Mark will be doing all the manly outside bits, only because I don't want to do them. It's cold and wet. It's up to him to do the tyre pressure and check all the bits we need for hooking up the Caravan. I'm doing the domestic stuff inside. So today I've come in to sort the bedding out, to make sure we've got the correct bedding and towels that we need. I've come in to clean the fridge, because I've not actually cleaned the fridge since we got it. It looks clean, but you know, I want to clean it again. And I'm just going to sort out a box for all the crockery and plates and utensils we need just for 3 nights away. So we're not going to be taking the whole lot that I've bought. It's going to be a select amount of stuff. So I'll show you what I'm up to now, shall I? Now this is one of the 2 mattress sort of booster things to give us a bit more comfort. So we did buy 2 singles in case we're going to use the beds as single beds, but I've discovered that it is more comfortable to have it out as a double. We'll just have to grin and bear it for the 3 nights. So this will fit, both of these. So it's a Silent Night one. These fit across the van. On top of that, so basically I'm just packing these back in their original packaging. Well, I've only used oh no, I did get the other way out to try it as a double. So these are going back in the packaging that they came in, and they will fit under the sofas, and they should stay under there when the Caravan's on the move. So there's those. Then the extra purchase, which I'm really glad I got, especially because we're going away in November, this super soft fleece deep mattress protector. So this goes on first, and then this goes on, and there's more padding to it, and so it does make it even more comfortable and warm for the time of year we're going away. And then it's not here, but I've purchased a Deep King brushed cotton undersheet. I did have a regular polycotton one, but it felt a bit cold. Oh, it's here, this regular polycotton. So I've just got a brushed cotton one. We've got the same duvets. We've got 2 single duvets each. The 4.5 tog I used in the summer, but we're taking 10.5 tog because I think it's going to be chilly. So what I'm doing today, packing these away, and sorting all this out. Now I've got a couple of IKEA bags. Now these are very good and cheap, and I'll just show you these. Hang on, I'll just move this to one side and show you. Oh, it's down here. Now I got from IKEA, you can buy these. Now this, and I've even written on the label, I've even written my name, and Mark's got one with Mark written on. So inside this is a single pillow, the duvet, a hand towel, a bath towel, and also the king-sized fitted sheet. So this is really all my bedding and towel needs, and Mark has the same one with his in. So these can be kept again underneath the sofa in the caravan. I don't think when we store the caravan away we'll probably bring these inside and put them in a wardrobe somewhere. But while we're, you know, on voyage, as they say, this will stay in the caravan underneath the sofas. These I took off, but I'm going to put these back on. These are just a couple of covers for the sofas that stay on the sofas to keep the dog's muddy paws off them. And we will travel, we'll tow the caravan with those in place. It's not going to, they hardly weigh anything. It's not going to make any difference to that. So first job, I'm just going to pack all this bedding away and store it underneath the sofas, and then I'll get to cleaning the fridge. Okay, so this is what I've put under one of the sofas. I've managed to fit both mattress toppers and one of the IKEA bags that contains the single set of bedding and a couple of towels. This is under the other sofa, and there is less room because obviously we've got some gubbins here. That's a technical term. That says charger on it, so I'm assuming that's some sort of a charger. And then there's a box thing there, which I think is the cubby thing. You can connect all the electric from the outside, so I don't know what that's called, but there is a hatch on the outside. You know, I am very new to this. And then right in this corner, I think that's the water boiler, and there's also other pipe work and an alarm system, so I haven't been able to fit as much under this one. So I've got the single set of bedding and towels for my bed, plus I've got the fleecy mattress cover, so that fits under there, so they'll be fine. There is a little bit of space there. I could put a pair of shoes or something, but because there's all this stuff here, I think it's probably best not to have things stored packed tightly when you've got the caravan on site, obviously when the boiler's on and when you're running the electric and all that, so you need to let air, as far as I know. I think that's correct. I think anyway, it's common sense. I'm not going to have things packed in here when we're using it. What will be in here probably will be just the empty bags. I'm not going to leave it packed. Allow air to circulate. I think it'd be okay when we're on site. If we want to dry our boots in here, I would assume it'd be quite a warm place next to the boiler. Put an old towel down or something. We could put our walking boots or whatever under here to help dry overnight. But for the caravan, for the trip we're taking, for the actual towing the caravan, these will be fine to tow in here. They're not going to move about. So there's that. So that's the bedding sorted anyway. So I'm just going to put these fleecy covers. They're just a cover mainly. They're not wide enough to go right across. They're just going to cover the main part of the sofa. Actually, I'll take the backrest off. And these are just things we can... Oh look, that's come off. What's it from the curtain? I noticed that was coming off before. I need to get a new Velcro thing, I think, maybe. So this is just basically just to keep the upholstery clean from the dogs, really. I'm sure if you're a caravaner with dogs, or you take your cats with you, whatever animals you take, it's always advisable just to have something that you can remove and wash. And especially as we're going away in November, it's likely to be muddy, especially with all the rain we've had. We've got a lot of flooding in Yorkshire, but it's more South Yorkshire, Doncaster area. So I think we're okay where we're going, near Beverley, I believe it is. I think it's called the the Blue Rose Caravan site. Anyway, you'll see it all because I'll be doing videos obviously. So it's quite okay to tow the van with that. You know, it hardly weighs anything. We're going to do all the proper nose gauge weight thing and everything before we set off. We're not planning on having a lot in the caravan when we're towing it, but you know, we can have some things in it obviously. But it's always, especially as newbies, you know, we want to make sure we don't have any accidents by overloading the caravan with too much stuff. So there you go, that's on there. And as you can see, it doesn't cover quite the whole of the sofa, but if we want to access underneath, you know, it's easier. We can still lift this up. This will still lift up with that on, so that's fine. And we've got the extra, obviously I've got my extra pillows and things. They'll be okay, I'm sure, just to leave. You know, we could just put them down like that when we're travelling. But if these dislodge, they're not going to cause any harm, are they? But for now, just arrange them in a very Homes and Gardens magazine type of way. Got a nice little Daxi cushion there. So I'm just going to put this other cover on the other sofa, and then I think it's time to clean the fridge. Well, that's the front lounge sorted. The only thing I'm going to be storing in the overhead lockers when we're travelling are these two very light fleece blankets. They hardly weigh anything. I don't think they're going to affect the nose weight of the caravan to an unbearable degree, but so I'm going to leave those in there. I don't know how much they weigh, but it's hardly anything, so they're just in there. And we've got those in case we get a bit chilly at night, or we want them when we're sat on the sofa watching TV. There is one thing I'm going to keep in the caravan, and that's going to stay in the front locker. Although that does weigh about 1 kilogram, so you know, it's the box file. It's got the all the instructions for all the equipment in the caravan, and the manual and everything. Obviously, as newbies, if something crops up that we're not sure, we've got all the paperwork and the manual to have a look at. And I'm just going to keep that in the front drawer there. Again, that should be fine to stay there all the time. Here's the fridge, and although it looks pretty clean, I'm going to give it a bit of a more thorough clean. In fact, I just noticed it's not quite as clean as I thought. There's gunge and muck under this salad box. What I'm going to do with these parts, I'm going to take them inside and wash them in the kitchen sink. So a lot can be removed. So obviously that bit's coming out. And I think the shelves may, I'm not going to force anything. Well, the shelves should move because they're adjustable. But how do they come out? Is there a way? Oh, there we go. Ah, right. I think there's a catch. Hang on. Oh, there we are. That's the one shelf. I'll wash that in soapy water. There's a little no, if you can't see it, but there's a little latch that side. So I think you have to move that. Or do you press it in? Oh well, you push it up. That's it. Oh, they come out easily. I'll just take out the thermometer I've got, so they can be washed. Whoops. I'll pop those to one side. I'll take those. Wash those in the sink. Whoops. Bang, 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 crash, wallop. And then obviously I would have thought these bits come out as well. I'll leave that part in. I don't know what that does. Oh, it stays up. These should lift out, yeah. So that can come out. The one at the top can. That's it. And the one at the bottom. Yes, now I've got it all empty. It does look a bit dirtier. I think there's something in here. Oh, there's an egg debris. I'll wash that. And a poor excuse for, don't know if we'll take ice cubes. If we do though, I've got one that's got a cover and it won't spill. It's like got a silicone cover. So if they do defrost, it's not going to spill water everywhere. So I think that's pretty crappy, that one, but I'll wash it anyway. I've got this stuff. Obviously you don't have to have special. This is HG Hygienic Fridge Cleaner. A lot of people just use water and bicarbonate of soda, don't they? But I'm just going to spray this on. I think that's how it works. Spray it and rub. with a clean cloth to dry it. Oh well, I'll just do that then. Just give it a squirt. I'll leave it for a minute or two. I'm not gonna squirt the veins at the back in case, but just all round the plastic parts on the door. Yeah, it's surprising. It is a lot, you know, it's not filthy, but it's obviously a bit dirtier than it looked with everything out. The seal around the ice box is a bit mucky. The spray in there, we'll leave that for a couple of minutes and then I'll wipe it with a damp cloth and then dry it. And then that should do. What we plan to do with the fridge, we're going to turn it on later today. It's plugged into the mains. We'll get it down to temperature, and then in the morning we're going to load it up with our provisions that need to go in the fridge. I think our other provisions I'll probably put in another box, but obviously the stuff that needs to be kept chilled or frozen we're going to leave in the fridge. And when it's connected up to the car battery, it should, in theory, stay cold. So that's that. Give that a wipe over, and then that's that job done. Okie dokie, well, it's all cleaned. Everything's been out and cleaned, and it's all dry. Now at the moment it's saying on this thermometer, obviously it's not on, oh, it was saying 10 a minute ago. Oh, what's oh no, I've pressed Fahrenheit. 50 Fahrenheit. No, I don't want Fahrenheit. Oh, here we are, 10. It says it's 10 Celsius in there. Well, it was. It's 8.9 Celsius in the Caravan according to my other thermometer. So I'm going to obviously put that back in, and I'm now going to turn this on. It's plugged into the electric, so it's going to be turned on. So it's going to have around, I don't know how long, nearly 20 hours. What's it? I don't know what the time is, but anyway, I'm putting it on now. So by the morning it should certainly reach to temperature, and we'll be able to load it with food ready to go. I've just noticed that these move. Now I'm assuming these were at the back, but I'm assuming these move forward. I really should check the instruction book, but to me it looks like these go forward like that, so when we're actually travelling things will stay in place. I mean, basically all we're taking, we'll have some milk, well I'll have soya milk or some alternative milk, some spread, a few cook chill meals for the microwave, and possibly in the freezer compartment we'll have some of those frozen jacket potatoes, maybe a bit of frozen steamed veg or something. So we're not taking a huge amount for 3 nights, but it should all fit in there. This is quite a nice capacity, so we should be able to put quite a lot in this really, just for the short time we'll be in the caravan. Of course there's room in the door as well, so this bottom shelf will be enough for the cartons of things, some juice, obviously the milk, and there's plenty of room I think just for 3 nights away. And of course we can take food that can be stored in the overhead lockers. Cereals we'll be taking, maybe a few tins. So it's showing 10 degrees, 10.6 Celsius, so it needs to be a lot colder than that obviously. So I'm going to turn it on. So this is the on button, and we want to make sure it's on the electric with a plug symbol. Well, it is by default, it's gone onto the electric. If I press this again, it's on battery. If I press it again, it's gas. It's going to start to ignite. We have got the gas connected, but we're not using it on gas. So just to chill it down while it's plugged in, make sure it's on electric. I heard the igniter starting up. I'm also going to boost, it's that button. You see, this is the temperature. So I believe what you do, and don't take my word for all this, there's plenty of videos just on fridges, I'm sure, on YouTube. But I'm sure I read to get it chilled, put it on maximum. So that's what it's going to be left on overnight. And then we'll reduce it possibly to 3 bars when we're actually on site. But anyway, so that's the fridge done. If I stand up, I can close it, make sure I can close it now. So we'll leave that, and that will be ready hopefully tomorrow to load up all our food. Now these 3 boxes were actually in the wardrobe in the washroom, and obviously when we're towing the caravan we can't really have much weight at the back, so these aren't going to stay in there. But I'm not going to need all these. This is more or less everything we'd probably need for 2 weeks, not 3 nights. So I'm going to go through these boxes and pick out just the essentials we're going to need, the bare minimum for this trip. Now I've not got any heating on in the caravan. As I said, it's only 8.9 degrees. I'm not cold as such. I can't see my breath. My feet are cold though. So I've ordered some slipper boots from Amazon, which should be arriving today. I don't really wear slippers much in the house, but I think I'll need them for inside the caravan. I know we'll probably have the heating on at some point, but I didn't think there's any point in having it on now. Besides, we've got the tumble dryer running in the garage at the moment, and I don't really want to sort of overload the garage electrics. So in this box, right, well I'll definitely need 1 washing up liquid, and I've also got a general, it's a kitchen cleaner, but I can just use that to wipe round everywhere, you know, the bathroom as well. No need to have loads of different cleaners. I did think I've got some wet wipes, some surface wipes that are in the sink, under the sink at the moment, which I'm leaving there. In theory I could just use them to wipe round places, and then I do away with cloths and a bottle. But I think for this trip we will take one of those. So that's the only cleaning stuff I'm taking, and a cloth, and I've got tea towels. Now I'm not sure whether we'll need this kettle, because I've got an electric kettle. Not sure about that. We're going on a fully serviced pitch. I don't think we'll need it. I'll put that to the maybe pile, but probably not. Oh, that's just the box that the cover for the CD radio comes with in. So mug wise, these have all been washed, they'll be fine. I think we might transport these in the car, I'm not sure. They'll need to properly I've got some tea towels I'm going to be bringing, so I'll just wrap these in tea towels. So I think a mug each, we'll just wash up each time. What do you think? I hope that's going to be enough. So we'll put those there. So a mug each, 1 glass each, 1 pasta bowl each. I eat most of my stuff out of bowls, you know, especially if you've got gravy. Saves you spilling it all down your front. So that's a necessity. 2 side plates, need that for our morning toast, etc. or afternoon tea. 2 bowls for cereal and soup. And finally 2 dinner plates. I think that's the bare minimum. We're definitely going to need all those. Unless we only have 1 set and one person eats their meal and then washes up and the next person shares, but I think that's not really needed. I've got a couple of coasters here. I think I'll just pop those in the front drawer now. They're hardly going to add to the weight. And this, I'll put this on the floor in the washroom. This is just the mat that I'm going to put, you know, for stepping out of the shower onto. So that can just go on, that'll be okay. It's hardly any weight to that. So that can go. I'm hoping just to get it all down to 1 box really. Well, it's going to probably be 2. Now in the box behind me, well, we've got first aid kit. And again, I think I'll leave that in the caravan in the front drawer. You know, there is a payload. We can take stuff in the caravan. I don't have to leave it completely empty. Now I've got some more wet wipes in here. Well, I might as well leave them in here. I'll put those in the cupboard in the washroom, I think. That's not going to add too much weight, is it? And well, I'll need this. This is for putting our toothbrushes in and stuff to stop them, you know, making a mess of the shelving and stuff in the bathroom. But I think I could probably put that in the cupboard underneath and leave that. Again, it's not too heavy. We'll soon find out anyway when we do the old nose weight. Oh dear, that needs to go back. The carbon monoxide detector, that's a definite one we need. I've got my kettle and my toaster, essential. Obviously they will be put in the box. So yeah, it's quite, I'll be probably doing a little review of these. I've actually bought some small bread. They're quite small, the slots on this. So if you buy those 800-gram size loaves, you might find them a bit big. So I bought a 400-gram loaf, which will be more than enough for me for 3 days. Mark's gluten intolerant, so he's got his own. So yeah, they will be stored. They won't be in the caravan. Well, they might be in the caravan when we're towing, but in a box. Oops, oh, what was that? Oh yes, that was the tray for the microwave. I don't know if we're going to need the oven gloves, but they don't weigh much and they can be useful for helping to pad out for the storage. The clanking noise was from the turntable, so that needs to be slotted somewhere. I've got the tea towels somewhere. I think they're in the next box. So things like this and the plates, I'm going to wrap them in a tea towel because we're going to need the tea towels and they can help protect these when we're going. And this, I'm going to leave this in the caravan in a drawer because it's not going to weigh much. Might be useful just to have this, a short little extension lead with 2 sockets. Might need it. So that can go in the front drawer actually, like that. So that's another box. And then there's a final box down here. And there's definitely some things in here we won't need. Hang on. Right, I don't think... Oh, crikey, 3. I'll take 1. I don't think we're going to be using the oven, but I bet take 1 to be... just in case. Right. So that's for taking... Oh, fire blanket. Definitely, I'll put that under the sink now. That'll be okay, I think, to stay there. Kitchen timer? No, that can stay out. We can use the time on the phone. Oh, the hand wash, that's, yeah, we'll keep that for the bathroom. Washroom. These faux succulents, no, they're not really a necessity. I'm not bothering having those for a short trip, so they can stay behind. Oh, I've got some of those bits spare. Oh, right, we need to look at these pans. This, now I'm going to need this actually to measure out the toilet fluid. I didn't buy it for that, but I've realised you do need a measure for those. So that can go with the toilet chemical that definitely we need to remember to take. So that's, I need that. I need to check if these pans actually work with induction, my induction hob. I'll show you a separate video of that. I know that the other pans do. I'm not going to need both of these. I think just a small fry pan. I don't think I'm going to need a fry pan myself. These are those Tefal with the detachable handle. So, oh, pardon me, a bit of a sneeze there. So I'll keep out one of those in case Mark wants to fry up some hen periods for breakfast. I think we'll leave the big one. Obviously we're going to need the old tea towels. Oh, we're going to definitely need cutlery. Oh dear, it's such a minefield. We'll take the scissors. Probably find they'll be useful. All that cutlery there. They're actually in a sink tidy, which I will take. It just keeps things, you know, it keeps water off the worktops, doesn't it, from your sponge and your washing up brush, which I will need as well. So that's definitely coming. No, I won't take that. And I don't think... Yeah, there's no lids for those pans. I'm not going to take that. Strainer lid. Ah, that necessity. Definitely need that. These are the Tefal pan set. Now I'm planning on having soup, definitely. Maybe baked beans and stuff. I don't know if we'll need 3. I'm just going to take 2. These will work, I believe. It says induction technology on the bottom. These will work with my Tefal induction hob I've got. So I'm going to take 2 of these small pans. I don't know if I need both. I'll take 2 handles. So we've got, right, so that's what I'm taking pan wise. That's not excessive, is it? 1 small frying pan and 2 pans and 2 handles. So yes, they are needed. I'm going to leave the big one, I think, for now. Yes, definitely need the Magican. Oh dear, look, I've got, oh right. That's my fault. I just bought 2 more of those. I've got. Well, I'll have to use those. I think I've used them all up. Oh well, never mind. I had a feeling I'd bought them. Oh dear. It's a trouble, but not knowing what you've got, you buy it again. Right, we'll certainly be needing. We'll need these knives. I'm going to take those knives, as well as this little utility knife. That'll be the most useful knife, I think, in the trip. I can't see us peeling potatoes, so I won't take that. So definitely those knives. We'll want that. I'll take these utensils, all of those, because we'll yeah, we'll if Mark wants to do his hen periods, he'll definitely want that. Or his McCartney sausages. We'll take those for the, obviously we need stuff to clean, and I'll just move that out of the way. And of course we've got a few tea towels. So yeah, I've shown you everything. So it's going to fit into 2 boxes, I think. So I'm going to repack everything, not on camera because it's boring enough for you, I'm sure. But I'll repack everything, especially the breakable stuff, and intersperse or intertwine or intermingle with the tea towels. So they should hopefully arrive in one piece. So I think that's about it. I'm almost ready as far as inside the caravan goes. Right, okie dokie. Now I think I've got everything prepared up front. Mark's the one that's done the towing course and all about loading, so he can have the final say. But for now, all the bedding is under the front sofas. A few lightweight things in that drawer there, and in the 2 overhead lockers there's just 2 very light single fleecy blankets. At the front here, I don't know if we'll need it, but we're taking it. We've got the waste hog and the clean water. Obviously it's going to be connected to the supply, but it's via that. You know, we've got the mains adapter thing, which we need to make sure we bring with us. And then 2 boxes there. The heavier one at the bottom contains the kitchen stuff, and that probably will be padded out with some more lighter things. So hopefully that will stay in situ. It's on a rug as well, and a carpet. It shouldn't move about. We're leaving the water connector inside the sink. There's nothing in the drawers here. Underneath, I'm going to have to move this rug, gets in the way. There is a washing up bowl, and it's on one of the anti-slip mats, and in the washing up bowl there is the cleaning stuff, the washing up liquid and the brushes and things, so it's not too heavy. Now obviously I think the fridge is alright with the rug down. Oh well, it's gone down. Oh, it's only gone down to 9.8, so it's hardly any different yet. It's going to take a while. Yeah, it's definitely on mains. The fridge will be fully loaded as well, so that's going to add to the weight. The TV won't be there. It's going to be in the car, and that box is surplus stuff. So there'll be nothing on this top here, and nothing in that drawer, nothing in the cupboards here. Nothing there. This I'm taking, it might fit in this box actually. I'm not taking a vacuum cleaner for this trip. It's only a short trip. I don't think it's necessary. Most of the muck's going to be trapped on this mat. This is, though, a rechargeable spill picker-upper, or I must remember to put some solution, get some solution bottle. So basically, this sprays on solution and sucks it up. So it's for accidental spillages or dog pee. So that's all I'm bringing to clean up accidents. If you want to see a full demo of that, I did one of that on my main channel. I'll put a link somewhere below this video or in the video. So that's going to be packed away. If Mark says it's too heavy when we do the nose weight with those in, obviously these boxes will go into the boot of the car, no problem. We'll probably be able to leave the waste and water hog there. They're nicely wrapped up, so it's not going to make anything dirty. That's just the recharger for the Bissell thing. So that's all empty, so that's fine. If I move my tripod out the way, we can go into the washroom. And obviously all that mess bucket, that's just what I bought. I brought that bucket in. I've made sure I've put a liner in there, and I think, oh yes, it's in that drawer. I've got a few spare ones, so, and we've got the spirit level in there. There's nothing in that cupboard. I think we'll use this cupboard for the cereals and dry packets, and maybe the odd bottle of something, but obviously that's all empty. So in the washroom, I've left a toilet roll on. That's going to unravel and go all like the Andrex ad. I'll take that off. In here, I'll just jam that in. I think they'll be okay en voyage. So I've jammed the toilet roll in with the little caddy for our toothbrushes, and there's some wet wipe things for wiping around the surface, and it's on, you know, I've lined that shelf with an anti-slip stuff. There's nothing in the bottom there. In the wardrobe, I'm not putting anything in the wardrobe. We might be able to, I don't know. I've got the hangers in it though, leave those in. And there's these two, I'm going to take these out because I haven't had time to do them. I bought two of these lights from IKEA. Focus. Stotter. They're just, this one's a small one. I was going to use that in possibly in the cupboard in here, but for now I haven't got time to do it, so I'll do that another time. I'll take that out. And there's another one in here. This is the big one. The larger one I got, I'm going to fit that to the top, so when you open the wardrobe it lights up. But for this trip, because I haven't done it, we'll do with, whoops, focus, we'll do without. So that's going to be empty. I do believe it's important to keep the weight down at the back. So basically, apart from the few odd toilet rolls in there, and in this drawer I've just put the bath mat, so you know that's no weight at all really. So I think we're all prepared. The toilet obviously is clean and empty from the last time I had it, used it, and the shower, that's in the open locked position. Nothing on the shelves, so that's fine. The only thing I bought extra, I don't know if I showed you, I'll leave that, is just an overdoor hook to put our dressing gowns on, or towels, so that can stay, and obviously we'll have the door shut when we're travelling. Don't know whether we won't for this trip, but I don't think we're going to ever use that table. That must add to a bit of weight, but we'll leave it there for now. I don't know what I could use that space for if I don't have the table in. It's a bit slim to put things in, I'm not sure. Well, it would fit if we were to use those collapsible crates. We have some of the collapsible crates. Once they're collapsed and empty, they would actually go in there without the table. So we'll see if we use, we're not going to use the table, certainly not going to use the table on this trip, because the front table is more than big enough for us to, you know, to extend and to eat our dinner and supper on, and breakfast, etc. So I think that's all I can do my side. It's now up to Mark. Obviously I'm going to check with him that this is okay. This is all going to be, I say, all that will be gone when we're travelling. I'll have the TV wrapped up in a bath towel, I think, in the back of the car with our clothes and other bits. We'll probably have the food in the car as well, the tins and the coffee and tea and all that, and we'll have stuff in the fridge. But that's it, and then Mark can do all the bits outside he needs to do. So I think I'm more or less prepared. Thanks for watching this video. I'm a newbie, so you'll excuse any mistakes I've made. Don't take anything I say as being gospel. You know, plenty of info out there online and on YouTube for us new caravanners, and I've gained a lot of information from YouTube and of course internet and old-fashioned books. But I think it'll go okay. Fingers crossed. Obviously, we've got to get there. Oh, it's going to be, oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'll try and film what I can, but obviously there's going to be a bit of a short fuse on both of us, I think. Mark, he doesn't like to be told. I know what to do inside the caravan. He's more the outside bit and levelling it and getting it on site. He thinks he knows. Anyway, he's had the course, so I'm going to leave him to it. But I might not be able to film a lot of it because, you know, I don't want a lot of violence and swearing on this channel, which there could well be. It's our first time, you know. First time. I'm quite happy with inside the caravan. I think I know what's what and how to do things, how to fill the toilet and all that palaver. It's just, it's going to be our very first experience. Anyway, it's going to be eventful, I'll say that, and I'm going to film as much as I can film for you, so please subscribe and you'll see the horror show that is our very first trip out in our lovely little Caravan. So that's it, I'm going now. My feet are like ice blocks. I'm going to go inside, have some nice soup, warm myself up and do whatever else I need to do, ready for the off tomorrow. So until the next video, I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.